Hi Pisces, welcome to your full moon in Leo reading for January 25th, 26th of 2024. The trajectory of this reading, the focus, the direction it's going in is transformation, number 5. So things are changing, a changing cycle for us. Something is transforming. That makes me happy. Although 5 is the roller coaster ride and it's very changeable, I like a little excitement in my life. I have a lot of 5s in my numbers, so my life is ever changing. It never stays the same. Sometimes it's frustrating, but it's not usually very boring, so that's okay. With that, I have your focus is going to be partnerships. Now, it can be with people or a person who's very different than you are. But there is some desire that's mirrored there that creates a good partnership. And it can even create some healing, either between the two people or just an internal healing. This can be aspects of yourself, but it isn't usually. It is duality, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, they can be very different people. But there's some desire in there that connects you. Okay? Now, a relationship can be transforming. That's also possible here. It can be going through a bit of a changeable, rocky cycle, and maybe that's the healing part. But it is a partnership nonetheless that is changing. Okay? Oh boy. The first column is where you find yourself at the time of the full moon, or what you are consciously closing out. Full moons close out cycles. Okay, you have 2 major arcana cards here, so that can be very much on an internal level. The second column is who you are, what you're thinking, what you're doing, what you're feeling at this time. It's you and how you're responding and reacting to the situation. And the last column is probable outcome. Probable because some things we can change, right? Forewarned is forearmed. But some things we can't change because we were meant to experience them, we came to experience them, and always for our internal growth. So no matter what it looks like. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Well, we're having some very internal transformations here in a very big way. I find this very interesting. The Tower is unexpected. It's the hand of God that wipes away what is no longer necessary, and we are able to rebuild our belief systems on solid ground. And it is usually a belief system, but it doesn't have to be. I got this card when my sewer system, when my toilet overflowed, and I found out that the entire sewer system needs to be changed, the septic tank and what have you. It wasn't my house, so I wasn't too worried about it, but still I had to deal with the overflow and not doing my laundry or not being able to shower, blah, 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 right? Dealing with it. So it can be as simple as that, but it can also be your belief system. Because you have 2 major arcana cards, it can be that at this time. We have to be patient with whatever is transforming and changing within relationships. The Temperance card is a refinement. We're turning base metals into gold. We are turning base thoughts, base beliefs, base emotions, whatever is going on an internal level, and we're refining them. This card often asks you to spiritualize what it is that you're doing. Make it matter, make it mean something. You can be working at a pizza parlor and, making pizzas for a living, or selling pizza, slice of pizza for a living. But if you do it with a good heart, and you do it with a smile, and you do it with the emotion of giving, right, of sharing, it means something. It means something to the person who receives it. It changes the energy. It's that kind of energy, Temperance, for me. And what my guides give me or tell me. But it is a refinement. You are being asked to be patient and to be moderate in all things. Now that's quite difficult, I'm assuming, when the Tower card shows up, but thus the patience. So, let's have a look at that and see why. Overthinking, worry. Okay. Be patient with yourself, be patient with others. You can let a thought get away from you at this time. And it can have something to do with partnerships. Remember, that's your focus here. And partnerships can be anything. It can be work partnerships, romantic partnerships, family partnerships, but partnerships nonetheless. This is a thought that gets away from you. You may have some difficulty sleeping. And I say that because we are behaving like our Page of Cups self here. And so you can be, the full moon can have an effect that you are not sleeping so great, or you could be having some difficult dreams. Maybe your bed is situated wrong and you need to change the energy in your room, so you need to change your room around a little bit. Maybe you need to flip your mattress. Maybe you need a new pillow. It's that kind of energy, but it is a thought that gets away from us. It's a thought that takes on a life of its own, and it may or may not be true, but the idea is that we're just overthinking it. And so this card says, get out of your head, go do something physical. Go take a walk, go out into nature, go for a swim, do something physical, do some knitting, because you have to count, right? And so it gets you out of that thought. It gets you out of your head. I personally think like going for a walk, getting out in nature, going for a hike. Nature is, I think it's the greatest healing of all, because it is truth. Nature is truth. What's going on in inside of your head, the thoughts that you're having, that sort of thing, can be our own scenarios, our own worst fears that we're making up. Okay? But there is something changing that is probably worrying you. The change is slow, so be patient with yourself, be patient with others. Now, this may or may not be happening to you, but I do think it is, because we have that Eight of Swords here. Eight of Swords is, again, we're being our Piscean self, okay? That can bring up insecurities. That can bring up naivete a little bit. But it can also bring great spiritual awakening. Oh, I got a chill when I said that. Okay. The Eight of Swords is that things are not in your favor just yet. Don't put too much energy behind the struggle. I want to pull a card for that. You may feel like your hands are tied. You can't see things clearly yet. You can't affect any solutions just yet. But like I said, things are not in your favor. And so this card says, if you continue to struggle, if you continue to put that 8, right? 8 is power. If you continue to put that energy and power into the struggle, you only dig yourself in deeper. You have great intuition. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes here. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that you may be unaware of. So, the High Priestess is, again, your psychic, intuitive epiphanies, right? Change in belief systems. Use your intuition. Don't use your logic and reason. That's being impeded at the moment. It's an impediment. But your intuition is strong, really, really strong. So stay out of your head. Get spiritualized, Pisces. Temperance, right? Get spiritualized. Use your spiritual know-how. Talk to fish. listen to fish, right? So if you were to listen to a fish, it would tell you that you'll forget about this in a few seconds. Don't hold on to it. As you have strong intuition. This is also the middle path. Don't go to extremes, right? Don't either be black or white. Middle path. It's very Buddhist. The middle path is the right way. But the Torah is really coming out to me here. So there is some deeper wisdom, some deeper knowledge that I think we might be delving into at this time. And I think that's the point here. I think there's something that we're supposed to understand differently. And then we'll be able to move forward. Interesting. All right. The outcome is the Six of Swords and the Knight of Wands. The Six of Swords is moving on from a situation. Can be a trip overseas. It can be releasing something. We're taking our experiences with them so we can understand them from a different place, from a calmer state of mind, right? We've been patient through a lot of ups and downs, through a lot of mental activity, through a lot of worry, and now it's time to move on because we've understood the deeper underlying meaning of the situation. We've gone to the underground, right? Persephone and the what are they called? Persephone goes underground, or she's taken there, and winter comes. And through the winter, right, she's spent all this time in the underworld, but she found out that she's needed there. She brought something there. She learned something there. There was something important there for her. And so in springtime, she was allowed to come back up. The flowers blossomed, whatever, but she understood the necessity of going to the underworld and what it had to offer and what she could do there. We get to move on. Now, these are some exciting messages that come in that maybe give us the opportunity to move on from the emotional changing, right? The transformation that's being taken place here. Okay. This is grief. This is grieving. Moving on from grief, right? But there can be some difficult message that comes in with this. And still we move on. We're going to calmer emotional waters. Maybe we're moving on from grief and getting ready to act, getting ready to do something. This for me is a very impatient card. It's somebody who's rearing and ready to go, right? That horse just wants to take off, but we're in that Eight of Swords energy. We're in that it's not quite time yet energy. Now, as I understand it, for Pisces, March is going to bring a change. And so we are raring to go. But there's other things that we need to do first. And that can bring a distressing change of a distressing kind of emotional onset. Here's the thing with the Five of Cups. The idea here is not to stay in the grieving period too long. Grief is a necessary stage in the process of letting go. But if we stay too long in this energy, it becomes depression. The idea here is to pivot, and while there's still only 2 cups standing, there's still 2 cups standing. There's still something there. 2 cups. Okay? Looks like a difficult 2 weeks. Well, it's certainly changeable, and there's certainly transformation coming, but it's kind of, again, this is the card of biding your time. That it just reiterates that 8 of Swords. It's just not time yet. Okay? Let's see what Spirit wants us to know. But again, this is also reiterating this card. These are our experiences that we had. And if you jump the gun, if you do something too soon, I'm sure you've had the experience that it didn't work out, that you just weren't ready yet, the time wasn't right, nothing was ready yet. That's the experience here, right? Biding your time. Spirit wants you to know wisdom. That's the High Priestess. Act with wisdom and people will respect you. Okay? There's something to learn here. First, we have to learn it. First, we have to have the full experience. Then we can move on. Okay. Thanks for listening. I think next time I'll have something better for you. But let's close out this cycle of destruction and chaos and impatience and act with wisdom. Okay. All right. Good luck for the next 2 weeks. I'll see you in 2 weeks with a new moon reading. Thank you for listening. I wish you the very best. Take care for now. Bye.